about Callie.
Yeah.
His ERA shows 1 million.
About. Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, he hasn't recorded any outs, so he can't do the calculation. So, someone having fun.
Test 1 1. Test. All right, here we go.
Let's put the
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and welcome all from George Cordero Field here in downtown Des Moines. It's the Catholic Classic underway here on IA Baseball. Thanks again for joining us. And what is going to be a fun battle here today, another one in store, game 2 of the 4-game slate. It's a night battle as the Assumption Knights take on the Newman Knights. And appreciate you coming along for the ride, ladies and gentlemen. Again, game 1 of the Catholic Classic went to the host, Dowling Catholic. Maroons, a 10-7 winner off of a 9-run fourth inning. And boy, if it's as exciting as it was game 1, we're in for a treat here in game 2. Let's take a look here at some of the players that we could see across the day, not just this game, but others. We'll start with the Knights of Assumption, and some players to watch includes one of the top first basemen in Class 3A in Nolan Dittmer. 43 average from last year at 30 total bases, 7 extra base hits. And that's this year, excuse me. He has been absolutely on fire as he was last year, and truly, before he hits the collegiate scene, we get to grace this a little bit more with him here today. And of course, Grayson Bollinger, also a guy to look out for. 13 innings pitched, 19 Ks, .172 batting average against. We'll see if we see him at all here across Assumption's 2 games today. And then Jaden Swain, another big arm, another big defensive man that has a good bat to him. .312 average, 14 total bases, has driven in 12 on the season.
Maybe for the championship. We don't have one. Just roll it.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor, you need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we go through our pregame coverage of Assumption and Newman battling it out here. And again, both these teams, we took a look at some of the big keys to watch, big names here. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the roads here. We'll take a look here coming up. Let me make sure we get it in there.
Long service to high school baseball.
All right, so we take a look, and we'll start with Newman Catholic here. And the road so far brought to you by the Batting Donut. The Batting Donut can sweeten your swing. Just go ahead and check them out today. 9 and 16 ounce varieties in 3 different colors. And it's a great way to pay homage to a wonderful breakfast tradition and to sweeten your swing out in many different ways. Of course, the Newman Catholic Knights, led by head coach Alex Ball, they have had mostly winning ways as of late. There are 2 losses coming against Algona and Beckman Catholic. Both teams, they had to go up at least 1 class to go ahead and take down. Otherwise, they've had some pretty big wins here as of late, including 3 20-plus run games for the Knights. And, of course, we take a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Insulites, the LED insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. And truly, it is something to behold. So the road ahead for the Knights looks like this. They have a couple home games next up against Clear Lake and Central Springs, both of which they have dominated those overall series. And then they're on the road for the next 4 games, including a battle against St. Ansgar, in which they hold the edge there. Osage, in which they haven't lost a game against the Green Devils in the Bound era. They take on Nashua Plainfield, who they also haven't lost to, and East Buchanan as well. And again, that is the road ahead, brought to you by Insulites. It's truly the LED insulated light that you can pick place onto almost any type of post out there. Run the wire right through it, and boom. With the flashing light, it goes with the pulse of the fence. So if there is no flashing light, there is no pulse. You don't need to ground anything, add any bulky equipment, nothing. All you need to do is check out Insulites at insulites.com today. We're going to go ahead and take a look as we bring you back into the mix here. We're going to take a look at the Assumption starting lineup. It's going to start off with Augie Farrell. He's taken off to the next level here soon, the senior in the center field. Charlie Moser will be doing the duties at short, the freshman donning the number 15 for today. Nolan Dittmer, one of the best catchers in the state, I'd argue. Don's number 25. He is at the first base position. In the cleanup spot, Luke Argo, keeping that Argo family tradition alive. He is in right for today's contest, followed by Jaden Swain. We talked about him. He'll be doing the pitching duties for today's contest. He'll be followed by Joe Thompson, the DH. And in the number 7 hole, Brady Mosier at catcher. Bentley Caudill will be at the hot corner for today's contest. And at second will be Jackson Panther. So we're going to go ahead and start things off with Augie Farrell. He has been a mainstay in the lineup for the last 3 years and certainly looking to continue that flow here as we get started. And he'll take a look at ball 1 on the outer edge. Jackson Dutcher on the mound here for Newman Catholic. And again, as that one evens it up here at 1-1. Appreciate you coming along and making this a part of your day. Andrew Brown here for all the balls, strikes, hits, and every bit of action in between. Dutcher with the 1-1 count on the mound. He'll take and he'll fire. This one gets lifted, and that one gets just to the outfield grass. And it will be caught. An extended reach catch there at first. But nonetheless, it is done. And Eisenlohr will come down with out number 1 as a dangerous speedster, and Farrell will set down. And with 1 down now, that brings up Charlie Moser to the plate. The sophomore, .320 on the year, 15 runs driven in out of the 8 hits, and he sends that one high, and that will get out of here. Strike 1. So again, on the strength of a couple double plays, a Nahas home run, Dowling Catholic ends up going past Xavier in game 1 of the Catholic Classic by a 10-7 margin. And that was as up and down a game as you could get. Xavier lead for most of the game, and then a 9-run fourth inning gave Dowling the ultimate win. That one is muscled out there into center field, and that's the first hit of the ball game. Assumption off of Charlie Mosier's first inning single, and Nolan Dittmer gets the chance here with a 1 on. Dittmer doing good things here once again. 43 average on the year. OPS over 1,000. 14 runs already home on the season for him. And that one struck right side, pick to second, and the exchange over to first is not going to be in time. Dittmer legs it out, so the double play attempt is no go, but the lead runner is done. As the fielder's choice will now lead to Luke Argo at the plate. And man, you remember the Argos back from when Assumption made the state tournament back when it was at in Iowa City. And Dwayne Banks Field, that is. So with one runner on here, Argo trying to get things happening here at the top half of inning number 1. Here's the look in the fire. That one low. Lays off of that one easily for ball 2. And Greg Thiessen doing the head coaching duties once more here for Assumption, looking to get into the win column here. Again, he has been leading a storied Assumption program for the last several seasons. Again, Newman out of the top of Iowa Conference and Assumption out of the Mississippi Athletic Conference. That one, a high chopper out there to short. Only plays to first, and he will make it on a good throw. A strong throw and a strong play at first by Eisenlohr. And that is how we wrap up the top half of the first. So despite a hit, nothing else going on there. We continue on a scoreless ball game with the bottom half. And when we come back, it'll be McGuire, Gast, Cole due up to start Newman when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Caden Swain doing the duties here on the mound here for Assumption as we take a look at the Knights from the Mississippi Athletic Conference, currently sitting at 6-5 overall for their record. Coach Thiessen looking for win number 7 on the young season here. And again, we take a look at Swain getting his second trip onto the varsity pitching mound here. He has 8 innings under his belt. He has 3 strikeouts. Team's hitting .200 against him so far on the season. And we get rocking here with the bottom half of inning number 1. Appreciate you coming along for the ride here as we get started. Thomas McGuire kicking things off here for Newman offensively. And the first pitch he sees Not quite dialed in enough. Ball one. Again, game 2 of the Catholic Classic. 2 more following this. The loser of this game will be right back up to play Xavier in the next game. Meanwhile, the winner of this game will wait for the nightcap as they will take on Dowling in the final game. So 2-1 the count here, and a great day for baseball, which didn't quite seem like it would be after the weather. But some great work here at the field, at George Cordero Field, helped to get this field ready and rocking to go. And here we are. We have a Catholic Classic here in 2026. And the swing through is not connected, but they got to complete the play, and they will not complete the play in time. As despite the strikeout, we will get a runner onto the base pass here as McGuire, the rare drop third strike, will find his way onto the base pass here and nobody out. That brings up Hudson Gass to the plate. The pitch finds the outside corner just right. The freshman on the year, 282. He has 14 runs driven in. He has also 5 walks on the season, all of which could come in handy here against the Knights of Assumption. Checking him over there at first. This is a Newman squad that has been known to take off from time to time. In fact, they've already had 58 stolen bases on the season, which is tremendous. Average right about 6-7 stolen bases per game. So it's been an absolute run for them. And as we go, don't forget, more on the iSports YouTube page, more than just what we have here. That one laced right side, and that will get into the outfield grass. But boy, what seemed like maybe a little miscommunication there. In the end, there was nobody home as that one took the second baseman all the way into the outfield grass to grab, as that will put runners on first and second now here for the Newman Knights. So still nobody down as, again, Gass picks up his first hit, the team's first hit. West Cole, stepping on up. His first at-bat here. Takes a look at ball one, and that one gets away, and runners will advance. Cole, a junior, batting .324 on the year. Has 22 total bases, which marks a tie for the team lead. He has also driven in 10 across his 11 hits on the season. He has prime opportunity here. 2 runners in scoring position, absolutely nobody down. And he swings through that one for strike one. Really, the best thing that could happen here, a number of different things. If you get this ball lifted far enough, you get at least 1 run home. If you get a base hit in any capacity, it's definitely 1, if not 2 runs. The next pitch he sees about just over knee high, comes in there for strike 2. Newman comes in 11-2 on the year, has had 3 20-plus run games already this season. And he looks at that one and watches it low for ball 2. Again, has been top of Iowa Conference winners each of the last 5 seasons. In fact, that extends beyond just 5 seasons. They have had pretty much a dominant stranglehold over the conference for quite some time now. And in the Bound era, they have not had less than a 20-win season. And that one captured and not connected on, despite Cole's plea there. He goes down on strikes, the second strikeout of the game here for Swain, as now that will bring up Tegan Eisenlohr, the first baseman, with his first shot at it here today. Eisenlohr ties the team lead in total bases, has also left the yard 4 times. He'll swing through that one for strike 1. 2 more games following this one here, which is just started, bottom half of the inning. Newman in the top maroon and white pants, and while Assumption in the bright red tops, white bottoms. Here's the pitch. That one gets him to swing through, and we got a quick 0-2 count. Coach Bull is continuing to etch his name into history. Now 370 wins in his career, only 51 losses. He's looking for his team to make it back to state and capture the first state tournament win in quite some time. That one inside, he gets them to swing through that one, and a big out there, out number 2 on the 3rd strikeout of the game here for Swain.
Tonight's third baseman number 10, Cohen Jasperson. Apologies, number 40.
Hudson Hensley is up next. His first shot at it here today. Hensley, the junior, 333 on the season, has driven in 5, and a chance here now to do something. He swings heavily through that one and gets strike 1. Both these teams looking to add another win here, and again, the winner of this game heads to the nightcap against Dowling. Meanwhile, the loser will find their way in the very next game against Xavier. That one fouled back here in a quick 0-2 count. And, Swain, for not having a ton of experience on the mound this season, has gotten to work. He has 3 strikeouts already in this inning. He's given up 1 hit, but it has not really hurt him so far anyway. The 2-strike count, and that one gets away, and the runner is coming on home. There will be no play at the plate, and Newman strikes first, the first run of the game. It's the Newman Knights to take the lead here as they do so 1-0 on the wild pitch. So not only does Newman score and get the lead here, but they still continue the inning 1 and 2 to the number 5 hole man for Newman. That one too far low and brings it even. Both of these teams, 5 consecutive seasons that they have found each other here at the Catholic Classic. More than that. That one goes too far in, and it'll be hit by pitch. They're sending the runner on back to third, which means that Hensley, hit by pitch, will make his way on to the base pass. So with 2 down, that will now bring up Cohen Jasperson to the plate. Jasperson, just a freshman, 345 on the year, 13 total bases for him. They'll take a look at strike 1. And again, this program here, one of the most storied programs in 1A in terms of their postseason success. The 0-1 delivery now. That one too low and in the dirt. We even it up at 1 apiece. Again, Newman Catholic here as the 1-1. That one is a high hopper out there to second. A quick fire on the run, and he'll grab them. Nicely done there at second for out number 3. But not before we get 1 run. The first run of the game crossing here, and the Newman Knights are in the lead as we wrap up 1 inning of play. And we'll be back with more when we come back right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much, but what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in and try and get them in the right direction.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, inning number 2. And as always, catch us at iabaseball1@gmail.com. A great way to contact us as we get Swain on a pitcher-pitcher battle here, taking a look at swinging through strike 1. Again, both these teams very familiar with postseason action here, but we're early on, wrapping up another week here of the 2026 season. For Newman Catholic, they have 26 state tournament appearances with one of the most wins across any class at the state tournament, 40 state tournament wins. Meanwhile, Assumption, 19 total state tournament appearances, also 40 state tournament wins under their belt. The 3-1s fouled back here. We draw it full at 3-2 to Jaden Swain, making it a pitcher-pitcher battle. Joe Thompson up next. Brady Mosier is in the hole. Fouled back there as we continue the at-bat here. Live from George Cordero Field here in downtown Des Moines. Absolute beautiful venue here for the Catholic Classic. The full count delivery. That one check swing out right side. It's a fair ball as that one squeaks through into the outfield grass. And how that happened was absolutely a seeing eye single. Hit number 2 here for the Assumption Knights as they put a runner on, and Swain will be pitch run here. And he will be pitched up for Cale Chauvelin. So with a runner on first now, nobody out. Joe Thompson, the DH, steps on up. And he'll look at strike number 1 for his first at-bat of the game. Thompson, a junior, 190 on the year, has under 21 at-bats, has driven in a pair. Takes a look and looks off ball 1. Infield in on the corners. Looks like double play depth here for the Newman Knights defensively. And trying to keep them honest over there for a Knight squad that has been pretty productive on the base pass. 16 out of 19 stolen bases here. Again, 58 for Newman. Nice job behind the dish, and Peterson trying to frame that one, but not quite in the zone, says Blue, as we drive the count 2-1. This broadcast brought to you by DeMoss Orthopedic Centers, 3 locations in the Des Moines area. Chance for you if there's any aching pain If there's something going on, hey, avoid the expensive and timely procedures. Help yourself out with getting in and out in less time and often with less cost. Check them out today at Demas online or hit them up in, again, 3 great locations. That one sends it foul and sends us to a full count. Third full count we've seen in this game already. And we're here in the top of inning number 2. A sunny day here at George Cordero Field here in Des Moines. The full count delivery, and that one he gets him to swing through. That's first strikeout of the game here for Dutcher.
Batting for Assumption, catcher number 12, Brady Mosier.
And now Brady Mosier stepping on up to the plate, looking to get something rolling here. And his team with 2 hits so far in this one, trying to add on to that. The sophomore batting .320 on the year, has driven in 15, is the team leader in RBIs so far on the year. We're seeing from both squads some underclassmen really stepping up in big ways here. And for Newman, we've seen some more underclassmen, and not necessarily used to seeing that, but we get it again, but still same results, dominant team. Dialed in there for strike 1. Again, game 2 here today. We will have a 4-game slate on tap here for you from George Cordero Field here in Dowling Catholic's campus in Des Moines. That one, he tried to get him, but no go on the pickoff attempt. The dimensions include 325 to the left field pole, 370 to right center field, 325 to the right field pole as well. So, as always, please get the chance and like, subscribe, spread the word, and have some fun with us here at iBaseball. You can get your nominations of Performance of the Week in, and you can vote on it. That's right. The power is in your hands as the runner is taken off, and there will be no throw. So the 2-1 count and a stolen base here for the Knights. So Swain looking to try and help out his own cause here. Or Mosier, excuse me, looking to help out his own cause. Swings through just a piece of that, keeps it there. Assumption so far has had some strong wins. They have lately fell on a little bit of hard times. Their last 2 games against City High and Prairie, they have fallen. But so far, no game they have lost by more than 3 runs. They've even went outside the state to take on Bennett Academy in a 4-2 win there. They recently took down a 2-game slate against Davenport Central, 11-0 and 17-2. As that one is dialed in for the strikeout. Market number 2 for Dutcher on the day. And now Bentley Caudill stepping on up. The number 8 hole man here for Assumption. Swings through that one here for strike 1. Has a runner on second. Chance to try and get something moving here. This is the first time in this game that Assumption has had a runner in scoring position. Look, and just keeping them off balance there anyway. The 0-1 count here from George Cordero Field here in Des Moines, that one muscled out there off the edge or off the edge handle of the bat. And that will be a good play out there at short, as that will be McGuire to secure out number 3. And that's how we wrap up the top of inning number 2. So despite a hit, nothing coming as we now head to the bottom half when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.
62, coach, 62. First out. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much. But what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in, and try and get them in the right direction.
We hit the bottom half of inning number 2, and Cam Crops stepping on up, 7-8-9 due up here for Newman Catholic here as we get rocking here. The bottom half of inning number 2 is a slow chopper that finds its way on the wrong end of the chalk line as we continue on 0-1 with the count. Catch us up wherever you can find us on Instagram. It's IA Baseball. Hit us up, or you can find us on even TikTok as well. All across social media, as well as iabaseball1@gmail.com. That one too far inside, evens up the count at 1 apiece. Too far on the outer edge there. We go 2-1. High and Tight, your source of what's going on across the state of Iowa here. Every Monday, Cadenus and myself dive into some of the highlights, as that one is a 3-chopper out there to third. Across the diamond throw, had to get off the base was Dittmer, and he wasn't able to capture that one into the glove. So a nice stead there at third, but unfortunately the throw here by Caudill not quite on line, as that would have been a heck of a play. In the end, the error puts Crop on second. And Swain on the mound here, as he will now face Jackson Dutcher, a pitcher on pitcher battle here. Dutcher, 3 total bases here. That one will get away, and that'll allow a runner on to third. And Newman Catholic continuing to pour it on here. They get another runner in scoring position, looking to add on to their 1-0 lead. The 1-0 count here with a runner on third. Dutcher looking to help himself out here. Check swing, but in the end, called a strike anyway. Split it up now at 1 apiece. Again, winner of this game awaits the nightcap against Dowling. Loser faces Xavier in the very next battle. And that one sent out. That'll be out of play. And more coverage here across the Catholic Classic. It'll come your way with a battle. Again, next game, loser of game 1, Xavier against the loser here of this game, as that one's sent back. Meanwhile, both winners, including Dowling, will be taking on the Nightcap. The Catholic Classic 2026 edition. That one sharply hit out there to Caudill. He'll look over at third, fire to home, and that's a heck of a play. That ball got to him in a hurry, and a good play to scoop that one up as the 5-3 putout will give low to Logan Vasky. So with a runner on third, the number 9 hole man looking to do some damage. It does not look like Assumption is willing to give up anything here. Infield is all in. In fact, all 4 infield spots on the grass. So really, what kind of corners, what might we be expected to be painted here by Swain? And he's doing that, catches the outer edge just right. This is an at-bat where you have a base. You could work around, trying to be more cautious with him. Right now, Swain looking to punch him out. That one mustered. And nicely done here by Dittmer. As out of camera view, he caught that one right next to the Assumption dugout. And that'll be out number 2. So back-to-back outs bring the top of the lineup here in Thomas McGuire, who reached on a drop third strike his last time. After the Catholic Classic, Assumption gets tough with their schedule yet again. Takes a one-game battle against Western Dubuque at home. As that one, a nice play out there. Caudill is officially the recipient of all 3 of the outs, as he will record out number 3 and end it here for the Newman Knights. So nothing really going on there. There were no hits. There was an error, but no runs. It's still a 1-0 advantage here for Newman when we come back on the IA Baseball Network.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Hey, thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, as we get inning 3 underway. The first 2 innings have gone by the wayside. Already into the third. Here we go. Dutcher on the mound for Newman, as that one is mustered out there to first. A good pick, and the 3-1 exchange here between Eisenlohr and Dutcher completed, and that is how you wrap up and get out number 1 quickly, as they sent Panther back on the ground out. Now that brings up Augie Farrell to the plate. Farrell, a Missouri Baptist University commit. Takes a look at strike 1. Farrell's been a big-time contributor for this program here the last few years, and his name has often been said. And man, it's going to be a little bit different not saying Augie Farrell in the Assumption lineup here. But Coach Thiessen, obviously, has done a great job with him, has helped him out a lot. And again, he's headed off to the collegiate ranks following his time here. Multiple college commitments on the field right now. Right now we have a 1-2 count to the leadoff man for Assumption. That one right about dome level, 2-2. Again, this is the Catholic Classic here on IA Sports, IA Baseball's coverage right here from George Cordero Field here in Des Moines. A healthy swing, but nice job by Dutcher pulling the string just a bit, gets strike 3, and that is another strike out, make it number 2 for him on the day.
Number 15, Charlie Mauser.
And Charlie Mauser who's stepping up. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Right now, his team's in jeopardy of getting out of this inning rather quickly here. That one sails a bit, 1-0 the count. Again, Assumption is back home as they take on Davenport North on the 8th, June 9th against Western Dubuque, on the road against Davenport West, and home against Carlisle for the Bettendorf tournament at Bettendorf, I should say. And that will be on the 13th. They'll also battle Key High in that tournament. The 1-1. No go there. We bring it 2-1. So again, thank you for joining us in this action here. Again, a lot of fun in Game 1. It was Dowling 10-7 winners over Xavier thanks to a 9-run fourth. That one gets hit high. That one's got some distance. That one's going, and it will be off the wall. That will be a double in store here at least, and that is how it will stay. Heck of an at-bat here by Mauser as he picks up his second hit of the ball game. He is the most on-fire night here for Assumption as he puts his second hit against the right field fence. And now with 2 down, it brings up the hard-hitting Nolan Dittmer to the plate. He reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. 2 down, now the pitch. That one too far in the zone, or out of the zone, I should say, 1-0. Second straight inning that Assumption has found their way with a runner in scoring position, yet still trying to find their first run of the game, and we have a balk. Interestingly enough, the third balk of the Catholic Classic so far, and Assumption with its best opportunity of the game, a runner on third, and one of their best hitters up at the plate. A nice bite to that slider, but not quite in the zone. It's 2-0. Again, George Cordero Field, the dimensions 325 to both the left and right field poles, 370 to right center field. And Dittmer with a chopper right side, stays alive, but draws the count 2-1. And the junior Dutcher on the mound, 9 strikeouts coming into today's contest, has added 2 more. And that one way too far inside, and he'll have to tell the runner to head on back to third as it was hit by pitch. So Nolan Dittmer reaches the base pass for the second time, but yet still hasn't a hit. And now we get Luke Argo back up to the plate. He's reached on a fielder's choice and been hit by pitch. And right now he's got runners on the corners.
Right fielder, number 42, Luke Argo.
2 down, a chance to do something here. They have 3 hits, but no runs to show for it. That one almost got away, but good job by Peterson behind the dish. Keeps that one from going away. It's just far enough back where it's going to be hard to make any type of play. And the 1-0. That one does get away, and the runner is coming on home. There will be no play, and this game is officially tied at 1. And the exchange as we have a runner on second here. Game all tied up. Argo looking at a 2-0 count. And the Argo name has been synonymous with Assumption Athletics for quite some time now in football and in baseball, across multiple sports, I should say. That one tailing outside here, ball 3. And that one too far out of the zone here, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk puts Argo on the base pass for the first time today.
Now batting for Assumption, pitcher number 10, Jaden Swain.
And we get the pitcher-on-pitcher matchup as Jaden Swain steps up to the plate, looking to try and capture their first lead here of the Catholic Classic. The empty count, that one way too far inside. Olay's out of danger here. And Argo, part of the last time Assumption made the state tournament back when it was at Dwayne Banks Field in Iowa City, in which they made it all the way to the state title game, losing to Western Dubuque. Again, both of these programs have 40 state tournament wins under their belts. Absolutely storied programs here in the state of Iowa. Assumption has done it in less trips, however. Assumption 19 trips compared to, as that one is right side, a slow roller, and the 3-1 exchange for the second time in the inning will capture out number 3. But not before damage is done. Assumption on a wild pitch finds their way into a tie ball game here, as it's all knotted up at 1 when we get rocking with the bottom half of the inning. And when we come back to the bottom half of the third, it will be Gast, Cole, and Eisenlohr due up.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations. We have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the broadcast. It's the bottom half of the third, and boy, what a battle we have here. Absolutely. It's been a great game, great day so far. Again, it was Dowling Catholic, game 1 winner over Xavier, 10-7 on the strength of a 9-run fourth. And right now we have a game all knotted up at 1. 3 hits for Assumption, 1 so far for Newman. And they're going to try and get that rolling with Hudson Gast up to the plate. He singled his first time up. Wisely lays off that one here for ball 1. Swings through that one, and we got a 1-1 ball game here with 1-1. Again, loser of game 2 here will turn right around and face Xavier in the very next game. This one lifted out there to right field, but nicely done on the run for out number 1. And a heck of a job there in right field by Luke Argo for the out. And now Wes Cole stepping on up, a strikeout victim, his first trip to the plate. So far, one hit for Newman. That one on a slow chopper to short, middle, and that's a good throw on the end. That's how you draw it up. Textbook by Mauser as he collects out number 2, his 4th out collected of the game so far. Tegan Eisenlohr, also a strikeout victim, his first trip up. Trying to make this not a 1-2-3 inning. So far, we haven't had that yet in this game. That one sailed outside. Some scores from around the state of Iowa. Hinton over New Olfonda, 15-0. Applington Parkersburg over Southeast Valley, 9-4. Red Oak over Trainer, 4-2. The Storm Lake over Sioux Center, 10-0. Newton takes down Des Moines Christian by a 9-0 mark. And Boyden Hull Rock Valley over Akron Westfield, 5-1. St. Albert over New Fonda, 7-0 at the end of 2. And that's the score update here for you. The 2-1 is placed perfectly for a 2-2 count now. And pretty good work here by Swain on the mound. That one tried to go up and away and catch the corner, but cannot. Looking for strikeout number 4 should he connect on it here. Again, beautiful view on the pines above George Cordero Field here in Des Moines. Again, great tree look out there, great line out there. Absolutely, you couldn't ask for a better natural batter's eye. That one, another high chopper out there, the pick, and all the way it goes across the diamond. Caudill with yet another play. He is absolute money at the hot corner, and he secures out number 3. Speaking of, it's 1-2-3, go the Newman Knights here. As the 5-3 put out will set them down in order. And now it's up to the Assumption Knights to try and get things rolling. 5, 6, 7 due up when we return.
.62, Coach. 62. First down. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have inning number 4 underway. And it is officially Thompson to start things off. Struck out his first trip up. Looking to change the tides here. His team all knotted up with Newman 1-1. That one, some chin music up and in. So the scoring so far is just 1 apiece. Newman captured their 1 run in the first, Assumption in the third. It's the Assumption Knights to lead this one in the hit column 3-1. And so far, just 1 error between the 2 teams. So the 3-0 count. And the get me over strike, much needed here at 3-1. A beautiful day. Again, it was Dowling to win game 1, 10-7 over Xavier. Xavier will play in the next game against the loser of this battle. And right now, it's a walk drawn here for Assumption as they get the inning started with the leadoff walk.
Brady Mosier.
It's the second consecutive inning, a second inning out of 4, I should say, that Assumption has had a leadoff runner onto the base pass. As now Brady Mosier is stepping on up, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He has a good opportunity here to try and collect. Swings through that one for strike 1. The sophomore on the year. Once again, 320 has already driven in 15. Again, he is the team leader in RBIs on the year for Assumption. Catholic Classic once more here, 2026 edition. The pitch. Not quite in the zone here. We split it even at 1 apiece. Make sure to check out, if you have an electric fence, Insolites is the way to go. The LED insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. It's simple. Pick, place, and watch it work. Do so today by checking them out at insolites.com or give them a call today. But it might just be the most simple thing that you do all year. Simplicity at its finest. Check it out today at insolites.com. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and that one's sent back, and that one draws it to a 1-2 count. Assumption scored their run in the last inning, looking to try and break the 1-1 tie. Assumption holds the overall series edge over Newman, so looking to try and keep that progression alive here. The third time that we have had Dutcher throw over to first here in this at-bat alone. Thompson has 1 stolen base under his belt. So it could happen overall. 16 stolen bases on the year for Assumption. So here we go with the 2-2 delivery, and that one will find him squarely in the back, and that will be the second hit by pitch for Assumption on the day. As now they get runners on first and second here. Still nobody out as the third baseman Bentley Caudell up 0 for 1 so far, getting his signs from coach. And honestly, with nobody out, this is a chance where you get to be a little bit flexible with how you operate as the batter. And again, Coach Thiessen has done this before, has been there, done that, has a lot of wins under his belt. So whatever happens is certainly, as that one gets him off a little bit, the throw to second, not quite in time. But, man, I think that throw necessary, trying to make sure they keep him close, because it's very, very apparent that Assumption is trying to be aggressive right here and right now on the bases. So with 2 on and a chance here for the 8-hole man in Caudell as he shows bunt. That one set back, strike 2. So with the 2 strikes on him now, I'm not really sure that we'll get another bunt attempt here. We could easily see him swinging away. But Assumption very, very capable of doing the small ball as we have first baseman in on the grass here for Newman. That one gets lifted right side. That one's tailing, but a nice catch out there in right field. And a heck of a throw in as Hensley, with a good play and a good throw combo, sets them squarely and keeps the runners where they're at. And that is a heck of an out number one. It may not look exciting in the scorebook, but that was a heck of a play. And again, the throw in was strong enough, kept them where they're at. And so now you still have to work a little bit harder here if your Assumption, as Jackson Panthers steps on up for the second time in 2 innings. That one low and in the dirt. Again, you still could try the bunt attempt here with 1 out to work with. We saw that in state tournament action several years ago from this very squad. This very program, I should say. Outer edge strike evens it up at 1 apiece. Again, the schedule looking like this. Next game right around 4 p.m. Xavier will take on the loser of this game, and then the nightcap at 6:30 here from George Cordero Field here in Des Moines. That's a high blaster. That's a big league pop-up, and that will come down into the glove out there and right. And again, another heads-up play here by Hensley as he will secure second straight out and keep the runners from going anywhere. And now that brings up the top of the lineup here in Augie Farrell. Again, headed off to Missouri Baptist University following his time as a Knight. So far, he has 2 trips to the plate, has popped out and struck out. He takes ball 1 on the outside edge. Again, here in the top half of inning number 4, Newman, the home team, on the scoreboard. The next pitch will sail just about high, too high, in fact. A 2-0 count. Again, 4 combined hits, 3 of them belonging to Assumption. There's 1 error also belonging to Assumption, yet both teams have 1 run so far. The look and the fire. Inside on the edge, got him. 2-1. More coverage from the Catholic Classic coming on up in the next game. Whoever falls in this battle will turn right around and face Xavier. Meanwhile, the winner will be gracing the field against Dowling in the nightcap. So a 3-1, 3-1 being the count, 2 down. And the pitch. Good chance as any to try and get that one sailing somewhere, perhaps out of the fence line, but comes up empty here, and we draw the count full. 2 down, 2 on here for Assumption. And the runner's taken off the pitch, sends it high and out of play. Again, next game up here for Assumption following today's action will be a battle against Davenport North and then a single game battle against Western Dubuque. So doesn't get much easier as you go through the next couple of games for Assumption. The full count pitch outside, and we move to a bases loaded situation here for Assumption. Way to work your way from a pitcher's count all the way to on base. Augie Farrell draws his first trip to the base pass. As now Charlie Mosier, comes on up. He has been the most effective Knight and the one that you want up here in the most, as he has gone 2 for 2, a double and a single so far, and takes ball 1. The 1-0 as that sails too high, 2-0 with the count. A 3-0 count here coming on up. And the pitch. Get me over strike, let her high outside, catches enough with the zone. Here we go 3-1. And that will effectively get a lead here for Assumption. Not the most exciting way to do it, but a 4-5 pitch walk here will put Assumption in the lead here now 2-1 as a bases loaded walk gives them the edge. As Coach Bull coming on out to have a quick conversation on the mound. And at this point, the game has not gotten out of hand just yet. The offense here for Newman hasn't quite woken up yet, but they've still managed to get a run on the board. So they still have done quite a bit of damage despite not having a whole lot of action with the bats. But right now, they got to get out of the sticky situation. They have bases loaded. They do have 2 down, but they have Nolan Dittmer up to the plate. And the first pitch he sees on the outer edge, challenging him right away, which is kind of, at this point, what you have to do. You can't try and tiptoe around it. You have nowhere to put him. You got to go after him. You got to challenge him. And so far, 0-1 with the count. A hard shot, but foul. And just like that, you're 1 strike away if you're Newman. Dittmer has reached base. He's been reached on a fielder's choice in the first and was hit by a pitch back in the third. The 0-2 delivery, and this one muscled but out of play. Appreciate everyone joining in for the ride. Thanks for tuning in to the Catholic Classic Game 2 from George Cordero Field here in Des Moines. That one tried to punch him out on the outer edge. No go on the strike there. 1-2 now the count. Chance to try and get ahead here. Here's the delivery. That one also out of the zone. Again, 4 combined hits in this one, 3 belonging to Dowling. Although so far, the last 2 runs that they've had have not come via an RBI. A pass ball and a walk have given them their 2 runs. This one, though, gets lifted out there into the left center field gap. And that one will be off the wall, and that will score at least 2 coming around for run number 2, and there will be no play, and just like that, one of the hottest hitters in 3A captures a bigger lead for Assumption.
Batting for Assumption, right fielder number 42, Luke Argo.
So after a bases clearing double here by Dittmer, we have Luke Argo up to the plate. He shoots that one high and coming down into the glove there at short. McGuire will capture the out, but not before the damage has been done. It's a 4-run 4th here for Assumption as they now break into the lead, their first of the game, and they're going to look to keep it that way when we return. Meanwhile, Coach Bull and his squad looking to change the tides quickly. It's 5, 6, and 7 due up here for Newman right after this on the IA Baseball Network.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Student council really was a good opportunity for me to understand myself as an individual leader and understand the best way for me to help other people.
Student council provides you with these skills that will last you not just through high school, not just through college if that's something you want to do, but for the rest of your life.
It's much better to face those obstacles now and learn how to overcome them so that when they take that next step, they already have some of those skills in place to cope and overcome and become the best version of themselves that they can be.
Being in a place where you feel like you belong and finding...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have more action here as we get the bottom half started. It was a 4-run top half of the fourth, and Assumption quickly took that 1-0 deficit after one and turned it around. Now a 4-run lead here as we head into the bottom half of the fourth. And it will be Hensley to get his second at-bat. Hit by pitch his first trip to the plate, and he looks at ball one. Again, it pays to win this game as the winner will go ahead and they will take on Dowling in the nightcap here at 6:30. Meanwhile, the loser has to turn around and battle Xavier in the very next game here. The 1-1 count now to Hensley. He will send that on a high trip up to shallow left field, and that will be right in the Bermuda Triangle. That will land, and that will be a single here as Newman picks up hit number 2 of the ball game. And now Cohen Jasperson getting the chance on up next. 0-1 so far, but with a chance and a runner on to do some type of damage here. And Swain on the mound. Here is second varsity action of the season. That's right up the middle, and a heck of a diving stop, but that's all that could be done there as that gets out into the outfield grass, and we continue on with station-to-station baseball here. That's another single here. And now runners on first and second, and that is the first time in 2 innings that Newman has had a runner in scoring position. Now Cam Kropp stepping on up to the plate, looking to continue the trend right now. Newman with 3 hits, 2 of them coming in this inning alone. They find themselves quickly trailing 5-1 after a 1-0 early lead that was tied in the third, and then they saw that lead evaporate into a 4-run deficit here in the top half. Keeping them honest there at second. Again, we have Hensley on second, Jasperson on first, Kropp up at the plate, Dutcher on deck. These 2 teams have battled out every Catholic Classic for the last 10 years or so. For the last 5, it's been all Assumption. And that's with some good Newman squads en route. That one gets set on a slow roller to third. The pick and fire across the diamond for 2 and got him. That was a slow-moving, developing play, but in the end, across the diamond, it goes 5-4-3 double play, and that's how you get 2 quick out here. And now Jackson Dutcher stepping on up to the plate. with a runner on third and a chance still to get through and poke across another run. Dutcher so far 0 for 1. He shoots that right side. Cottle with the good pick and scoop. Across the diamond it goes. That's a nice play, and that secures the out. And that stops them dead in their tracks there. So a 1, 2, 3, and 4 inning, and thanks to the double play. And that secures a 4-1, 5-1 advantage here for Assumption heading into the next inning. We'll be right back right after this here on the IA Baseball Network.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Student council really was a good opportunity for me to understand myself as an individual leader and understand the best way for me to help other people.
Student council provides you with these skills that'll last you not just through high school, not just through college if that's something you want to do, but for the rest of your life.
It's much better to face those obstacles now and learn how to overcome them so that when they take that next step, they already have some of those skills in place to cope and overcome and become the best version of themselves that they can be.
Being in a
Welcome back in, everybody. Cade Nissen here taking you through for the bottom half of the 5th inning. Jaden Swain, the pitcher, up to bat for Assumption. Sadly, we are going with the JV announcer here for a little bit. Andrew cannot call 4 straight games without a break, so I am here now to fill in as that one a little bit inside and off the plate, and Swain now takes the advantage here. Again, appreciate you guys all tuning in. 2 teams from not near West Des Moines, Iowa, so we're glad to bring this game to you as that one fouls straight back. The 2-1 here to Swain. That one's popped up. There was trouble last inning, but this time the left fielder snags it, and there's out number 1 here for Newman Catholic. So I'll get this inning set up for you guys.
Designated hitter number 2, Joe Thompson.
In Davenport Assumption, the road team here in this game. So we're in the top half of the 5th. I misspoke there. As Thompson gets a hold of one, he hits that one out to shallow left field. That one's dived in. No catch. They say he trapped it. Good effort there by the left fielder, but that one hits grass before the glove, and that is a single for Thompson.
Now batting for the Knights, catcher number 12, Brady Mosier.
As the catcher, Brady Mosier, steps up. Again, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. As Mosier takes a cut and misses there. Mosier was struck out in the 2nd inning and then was hit by a pitch in the 4th. As that one, another one out to shallow left field. That's a foul ball. Mosier will take his walk back to the plate. Again, both these teams ranked respectively in each class. Assumption in 3A, Newman Catholic in 1A. We will have new rankings coming out tomorrow, late tomorrow night. If you have post notifications over on IA Sports YouTube right here, you hit the little bell on our account. If you have an account and you're logged in and you hit that little bell, it will send you notifications whenever we post. So late Sunday night, I will get the rankings video up. And so if you have those notifications on, you can beat a lot of people to the punch there. There's another pop-up. That one will be handled easily. We will head to the bottom of the fifth here. It's Assumption with a 5-1 lead.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much, but what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in and try and get them in the right direction.
Student council really was a good opportunity for me to understand myself as an individual leader and understand the best way for me to help other people.
Student council provides you with these skills that'll last you not just through high school, not just through college if that's something you want to do, but for the rest of your life.
It's much better to face those obstacles now and learn how to overcome them so that when they take that next step, they already have some of those skills in place to cope and overcome and become the best version of themselves that they can be.
Being in a place where you feel like you belong and finding kind of your voice is so important.
By being around other leaders, you really soak up all of that leadership and it just makes you want to become a better leader.
There's people out there who have a capability for change and are willing to go out and create that.
Welcome back to West Des Moines, Iowa. Jaden Swain will continue his strong outing here. We're in the bottom of the fifth with Assumption leading by 4 here late as Vasky hits that one short, and that's a 6-3 put out here to begin this bottom half for the Knights of Newman Catholic. We circle around to the top of the lineup as Thomas McGuire steps up to the plate. Again, Jaden Swain has been extremely effective here. Just that one run on him in the first inning. And it's because of a few pass balls, and since then, he's been lights out all around the zone and a lot of competitive misses for him and a lot of batted balls in play, and his defense is working behind him. That one's shot to third, and his defense keeps working for him as we're quickly at 2 out here in the bottom of the fifth. Swain struck out. He had strikeouts for his first 3 outs. And since then, no Ks, but his defense has been working. And he's been extremely efficient. As boy, did we just... As that one's a fly out to right. I thought we had a 3-pitch inning. It was a 4-pitch inning. And boy, Jaden Swain is cruising, ladies and gentlemen. As we'll take a break and be back with the top half of the 6th inning. When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. We come down and after a 4-pitch half of the inning, we move on to the 6th as we keep breezing right along. There's only been 3 scoring innings so far across the 6. And right now we get rocking here with the bottom of the lineup in Jackson Panther. Honestly, one of the cooler names you'll find on the lineup card here across today. 0 for 2. He has a fly out and a ground out under his belt. And we got a new pitcher into the mix. We'll tell you about him as that one gets muscled out there to right field, but camped out under it will be Hensley. Heck of a play there, more like an atom ball.
Center fielder number 22.
And of course we have for Newman, Charlie Malik, the freshman. He has had 1 inning under his belt, and then he gets put in a tough situation here. Finds his team down 5-1 as they are trying to get out of the 6th. And a good swing here by the top of the lineup as it turns over. And Augie Farrell, who has yet to get a hit here in this one. Bellevue Baptist commit, sends that one left field high, and boy, that might have had a chance of clearing the fence if it stayed fair. Regardless, we draw an 0-2 count here to the leadoff hole man. So he's flown out, struck out, and walked in 3 trips. That one right above the dome there, 1-2. That one sent foul out of play. And here's the 2-strike count. That one just above letter high as we draw it now even at 2 apiece. Again, Assumption took the lead, and right now what it seems like a commanding lead after the 4th. And Farrell will have that one a little popper up there. And coming on, wave it off will be Eisenlohr as he'll capture the out. So again, coming on in strong is Malik. He's come in and done Omen's work so far. 2 outs here in the top half of inning number 6. But he is facing arguably one of the hottest hitters here for Assumption, and Charlie Mosier. Mosier so far has walked, but also has a single and a double under his belt. And when he did walk, it was with the bases loaded to drive in a run. The 1-0 is lifted out there to left field with a step back, and he'll capture it. Cole ran in a little bit on that, but nonetheless, no harm, no foul, nothing going on here for Assumption in the top half of the 6th. That will be all she wrote. But before we go ahead and dive into the bottom half of inning number 6, I'm going to go ahead and remind you about the great folks at Insolites at Insolites.com. If you have an electric fence out there and you're tired of shocking yourself to check if your fence is just working for that matter, And if you're tired of adding the bulky equipment and getting all these wires mixed up, hey, don't worry anymore. You just have to do the pick, place, and watch work with Insolites, the LED flashing insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away. That's right, half a mile or more. It's simple. You can put it onto almost any type of post out there, run the wire right on underneath of it, and voila. It's that simple because it goes with the pulse of the fence. So you no need to add any bulky equipment, no need to shock yourself anymore. You can even help pinpoint where a break may be occurring in your fence with the help of Insolites. It's truly that simple, easy, nice setup. In fact, it could possibly be the most simple thing that you do all year. All you got to do is check them out at insolites.com.
.62, Coach. 62. First down. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. West Cole getting things started, looking to erase his 0 for 2 and possibly 1 for 3 night here. He watches a dialed in strike number 1. Newman, after today, will take on Clear Lake as that one is a blip out there to short. Two-hopper on the stop and easy with the connection there as Mosier will record out number 1.
First baseman, number 5, Tegan Eisenlohr.
Tegan Eisenlohr up. He is also 0 for 2 on the day. Looking to get things rolling here with 1 down and nobody on. Again, Newman takes on Clear Lake on the 9th in the post game, and then a doubleheader against Central Springs on the 10th, and then road battles to St. Ansgar, Osage, Nashua Plainfield, and East Buchanan in the next 4 outings. Check swing and no go here. We draw the count 2-0. And coming your way on Monday, the release of High and Tight as we dive into what's going on around Iowa in the sport of baseball. Some big plays that you send in, by the way. So any highlights that you want to send in across social media or iabaseball1@gmail.com, as that one is called for the strike. And we saw Eisenlohr already heading on over to first, but told to grab his bat and head back for a 3-1 count. And there he draws the walk. So it may have taken 5 pitches, but he got his walk, and Eisenlohr on to the base pass for the first time here today. And Hudson Hensley, who is 1 for 1, was hit by pitch in the first and singled back in the 4th. Part of the lineup that could really start getting things moving here. A 1-0 count here. Assumption taking on Newman in the Catholic Classic 2026 edition. Runner standing on first. A chance for Newman. First chance they've had in 2 innings to try and, well, I should say in 3 innings. With the 2-1 delivery here from Swain, who continues his strong run, goes up the ladder, and Hensley obliges, swings through that high heat to even up the count at 2 apiece. 8 combined hits in this one 5 belonging to Assumption, 3 belonging to Newman. That one gets lifted, but that'll be out of play, foul ball. Evened up at 2-2 across the count. Once again, appreciate you for jumping along and joining us here in the Catholic Classic 2026 edition. A fun game here in game 2 as that one gets away and off with the runner to second. And just like that, a wild pitch will send Eisenlohr to second and a chance. First time since the 4th inning that they've had a runner in scoring position. And right now the count is drawn full, 3-2. Swain hasn't had any strikeouts since the first few innings, but he has kept this Newman squad at bay. Just 3 hits allowed under his reign so far. Just 1 run, and that was on a wild pitch. So in the end, he has not given up a hit that is equated to a run, just a wild pitch from him. So although he has been slapped with that 1 run, he still is operating pretty well in this game. Although right now, he's finding himself in hotter water than he ever has so far in this one. As the walk brings up Cohen Jasperson to the plate. With runners on first and second now, Jasperson 1 for 2, singled back in the 4th. And this may spell the end of the day here for Swain. We'll have to see. Regardless of what happens, Swain, it may not have been pretty at times, but man, it has worked. He has 3 strikeouts under his belt. And it doesn't look like he is coming out, though. That's probably coach just giving the heads up like, hey, need you to go through the next couple innings. So get through it, be smart, pitch aggressively. And that's pretty much what he's done for the most part. He's gotten a lot of grounders, a lot of pop-ups, and they just haven't been off the bat very competitive for the most part. So he's done a fairly good job of keeping this Newman squad at bay. Sails that pitch here to start 1-0 to Jasperson. Jasperson with a kind of a cornered stance, face towards the plate. A good opposite field hitter in his own right. And he looks at ball 2. Again, your chance to get a performance of the week on IA Baseball. Nominate who you feel is our performance of the week. It doesn't matter, single game, a string of games, we'll get them on there. And so it's your chance also, as that one's fouled back, to nominate. That's right. The one with the most votes on the IA Baseball Facebook page will be our performance of the week. So go ahead and get your nominations and votes in. Voting will start tomorrow, and then we'll release who is our winner on Monday. And that one tailed just outside, drawing the count 3-1. Again, 1 base to work with and 1 out, but certainly you don't want to put a team like Newman in a position to do a whole lot of damage. Beautiful backdrop here, George Cordero Field in Des Moines, as that one goes way too low, and that will draw a bases loaded situation.
Second baseman number 13.
A 5-pitch walk now brings up number 7-hole man in Cam Kropp. So 3 straight walks. And Kropp with an excellent opportunity here. He reached on an error and hit into a double play in 2 trips. He has an excellent opportunity right now. 1 down. You put that ball anywhere where any of the outfielders are right now, you have a chance of getting at least one run home. And you get one into the gap, you get multiple. A nice backdoor breaker there inside the zone, evens it up. And that looked like a two-seamer that had just enough bite back in it. One of those very dangerous pitches. Not always the slider or the curve, but sometimes that two-seamer really has a lot of look to that fastball. Very, very much a deceptive pitch. A 2-1 delivery. Here's Swain. And now for his 5 1/3 innings worth of work right now. That one tails too high, and now it's danger time. You got to challenge him with a pitch here, but how competitive do you want to make this pitch? And that one somehow does not find the zone, and just like that, the walk, bases loaded, will bring home a run.
Batting pitcher number 18, Charlie Malik.
So now that it's 5-2, coach is more than likely coming out for a pitching change here. As Swain, 5 1/3 innings worth of work will more than likely bow out and be done for the day. And if he is, 3 strikeouts on the docket. He has allowed just 3 hits, but he has been accountable for the 2 runs that have crossed. Meanwhile, he also is accountable for all 3 runners onto the base paths. So what an outing from Swain as he exits 5 1/3, 3 strikeouts, a couple of walks, ultimately a game that would earn you a win in most situations. Right now, we're going to take a quick break as we get a new pitcher on tap for you when we come back right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations, we have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
Student council really was a good opportunity for me to understand myself as an individual leader and understand the best way for me to help other people.
Student council provides you with these skills that'll last you not just through high school, not just through college if that's something you want to do, but for the rest of your life.
It's much better to face those obstacles now and learn how to overcome them so that when they take that next step, they already have some of those skills in place to cope and overcome and become the best version of themselves that they can be.
Being in a place where you feel like you belong and finding kind of your voice is so important.
By being around other leaders, you really soak up all of that leadership and it just makes you want to become a better leader.
There's people out there who have a capability for change and are willing to go out and create that change. And if I associate myself with them, I'll be a part of that grand scheme of things that's bringing positivity and positive change throughout the state.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Bailey Alvarez, the senior, going to do the duties out of the pen here. On the season, the senior doing pretty well. Team's hitting just 0.80 against him. He has 7 strikeouts through 6 innings worth of relief work, and he is going to look to try and keep the score where it is. A daunting task, but still very capable. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in and making this a part of your day. As always, if you could just go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff here for us as we get rolling. And if you like what you see, go ahead and give us a comment on social media, on Instagram, X, Facebook, also on TikTok as well. Plenty of chances to get and connect with us. As a attempt there swung through and no go. Again for Newman. Trying to get back into things here. Charlie Malik is getting his first trip to the batter's box there and takes a look at an 0-2 count. Again, Alvarez on the mound. He takes the hurl. Tries to be the maestro to paint that outside edge. No go. And here we go. We draw it 1-2 with one down, but there are runners everywhere for Newman. On the strength of 3 walks, they have put runners on every single base. And that one, try to get him fishing there. We draw it out 2-2. Again, this is game 2 of the Twin Bill. The loser of this game goes and faces Xavier in the very next game. And then the nightcap will be the winner of this game, taking on Dowling. And Dowling, as that one is in there for the strike. Alvarez, his first K of the game. Again, Dowling took game 1 10-7 on the strength of a 9-run 4th inning that just propelled them, and they never looked back. Despite 5 errors, they had some really good defensive web gems. It was a very entertaining game, to say the least. And right now, they're trying to, Assumption Knights are trying to match them and get to the win column here. Logan Vasky, 0 for 2, swings through that one for strike 1. Still with bases loaded and would love to come out of this with more than just 1 run. That one too far out of the zone here. Alvarez, I mean, at this point, you still gotta challenge him. Again, you have absolutely nowhere to put him, but you don't want to give up something that could be laced into the gap anywhere. So certainly quite the challenge ahead of him. That one gets away, and the runner is taken off. There will be no play at the plate, as that will be Hensley to score run number 3 here for the Knights of Newman Catholic. And they inch their way in. Despite 3 hits, none of them drawing a run itself. Again, all 3 hits have not brought in a run. All 3 runs have either come on pass ball or errors. So a 5-3 ball game, runners at second and third. It's a 2-1 count here to the number 9 hole man who takes ball 3. A 3-1 delivery. That one gets lifted high. That most likely will be the end of it. And it will, as that will be Panther to capture out number 3. But not before the Newman Knights put some more pressure on the board. 2 more runs have crossed. And that's where we stand now. It's a 5-3 advantage. And it's time here now for Assumption to try and strengthen their lead. When we come back, they will be doing so with Dittmer, Argo, and Swain when we return, right here on the IA Baseball Network.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Nolan Dittmer getting us started here. As we get rocking and rolling, it is the top half of inning number 7. Make sure to catch us wherever you can across social media. IA Baseball on Facebook, Instagram, X, And of course, right here on YouTube, that one sent far, but that far is out of play, foul ball. And again, the scoreboard has looked a lot like this. 1 run from Newman, who had the first lead of the game. As the pitch goes sailing outside here, make it a 1-1 count. Again, as Nolan Dittmer, looking for his second hit, swings through that one for strike 2. After a 1-0 lead, it only took 2 more innings, and then it was all tied up here from Assumption. But then the very next inning in the 4th, put up a 4 spot to lead it 5-1. Newman has since clawed back just a little bit as that one laced over there and almost handled there at first, and now has to get in a diving run stop. Nice job there as Eisenlohr had to do all he could with it. That was a scorcher that ended up ricocheting off the glove, and he regrouped himself pretty well, and in the end got him on a sliding stop for out number 1. And now Luke Argo up to the plate, 0 for 1 with a walk. He sends that one into the left center field gap. Coming on, and a diving attempt, no go. That gets to the warning track, and Argo will be standing on second. A heck of a hit for Argo as he puts another hit onto the board here.
Batting number 10, Jaden Swain.
Argo now picks up his 3rd double of the season as he stands just a couple hits away from scoring another run here for the Knights of Assumption. Now Jaden Swain stepping on up to the plate. Still 1 down and a chance. You never feel like this lead is safe, that's for sure. Not a safe lead when you're taking on Newman. Swain, the starting pitcher, went 5 1/3 work and struck out 3 in the process. The 0-1 delivery, that one too far in. Evens it up at 1 apiece. Again, your chance to nominate and to vote on your performance of the week. Make sure to get your nominations today and your votes tomorrow. Here's the pitch. Had to dance out of danger for that one, ball 2. Game 3 right after this, and it'll have Xavier going up against whoever falters in this one. And 6 hits overall for Assumption. They've had just 1 error, but they have had the lead ever since the 4th inning. It's 5-3 now. Again, that 4-run 4th is what has propelled them into the lead right now. Otherwise, they'd be down 3-1. The next pitch, and that one's fouled, and it looked to been off the wrong end of the bat here. You could tell a little jarred by that swing. But he's getting back in it. Again, Swain so far has 1 hit in 3 trips, has popped out, grounded out, but singled back in the 2nd and stole a base in the process. And he looks at that one just below letter high. That's on the inside. He's not happy about it, but it is a punch out and out number 2. And that'll bring up Joe Thompson to the plate. Thompson so far has walked and singled and struck out in 3 trips. He's looking to keep things rolling with a runner in scoring position after the Argo double. That one low in the dirt. Argo not taking off. And Luke Argo standing on second after his third double of the season. And now you have Thompson looking to connect here. That one shot foul. A 1-1 count to Thompson. Looking for hit number 6 on the season. Here's the pitch. That one wisely lays off. That tails for ball 2. Again, more action coming your way next week. We will be at Valley as we'll go ahead and catch the doubleheader. West Des Moines Valley taking on Southeast Polk right here on the IE Sports YouTube page. That one, he had a duck out of cover there for ball 3. And Stedman on the mound here for one of those games, and he's already put up double digits in both his starts so far in 2026. He's been a strong hurler, and University of Iowa saw that a long time ago, got him already committed to become a Hawkeye. With that talent, though, we just have to wait and see and play the waiting game. Does he end up in Iowa, or does he end up at the professional level? Here's the pitch. That one, he lays off that one, called ball 4, and that now puts multiple runners. We got runners on first and second now with 2 down. And that will bring up Brady Mosier to the plate. Mosier has struck out twice, been hit by a pitch once. Looking for his first big hit here. And boy, would it come in major insurance need, because a 2-run lead here is not what I'm sure Coach Thiessen and company want heading into the bottom half of the inning. That sails a bit high on it. It goes ball 1. A 1-0 count here to the number 7 hole man for Davenport Assumption. Got a little piece of it anyway, but still counted for the strike. 1-1. Six hits for Assumption, looking to try and add one more to that mix here. A good hack, but comes up empty there. We draw it 1 and 2. The Catholic Classic 2026 edition here from George Cordero Field in Des Moines, home of the Dowling Catholic Maroons, who took game 1 by a 10-7 margin. A heck of a game for them, as that one sails too far inside, and up says that is definitely hit by pitch. Send you on over to first. And for the 4th time in this one, we have a bases loaded situation. Assumption with a good chance to break it open here. We have Bentley Caudill stepping on up to the plate. So far, hitless in 3 trips. But this would be a big one here. On the mound, Malik with the toss. Gets too far out of the zone for Blues liking. And that goes for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. That one looked good, but too high. We draw it 2-0. So stay tuned here, ladies and gentlemen, as we go ahead and in the next half inning, we'll give you a secret word to go ahead and hit us up. And if you are the secret word winner that we choose, then you could earn a free batting donut. That's right, the batting donut, that is. And you could earn one of 3 really cool colors there. A great way to strengthen that swing and pay homage to a great breakfast treat. That one fouled back. Now we bring the count 2-2. Bases are loaded, and not much wiggle room for Melik on the mound right now. He has to do something out of not a whole lot here. Okay, no fire on home. That one, a little blooper out there to second. The good pickup and get the force out at second as they will secure the out. So nothing else happening in that half inning. Assumption comes up without a run, but they still hold the 2-run advantage as we head into the bottom half of the inning. And when we do, it'll be 9-1 and 2 due up for Newman right after this.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations. We have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
.62, Coach. 62. First out. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
Eisenlohr.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Keegan Eisenlohr will face off against Alvarez here.
Thomas McGuire.
As again, McGuire is the first one. And he'll take a look at strike one to begin his 4th at-bat of the game. So far, he has reached on a drop third strike and grounded out the third in 2 trips. Quickly down 0-2. Again, Newman 11 and 2 on the season, looking for number 12. Now the look and the fire. That one will be too low.
Now 24, Cooper Sweeney.
And Cooper Sweeney, the freshman up there, he has 9 innings under his belt, 10 strikeouts. One of 3 nights to have over double-digit strikeout total so far in the season. And they're going to call on him to be the closer here in this one to try and shut the door and pick up the win. And he gets a strikeout there. A heck of a breaker to get it in. 5 pitches, and that is out number 1. Now Newman down to their final 2 outs here in this one. Hudson Gast now stepping on up. Takes a look at strike 1 on the outside corner. So far, Gast 1 for 3. A couple flyouts, but he did single back in the first. And that swing is called strike. So quickly down in the count, 0-2. Newman and Assumption battling it out in game 2. That one too far out of the zone. And again, both these teams with 40 state tournament wins under their belt. So both these teams looking to add to that mark here. That one is lifted and finds the outfield grass in left. Some clutch at bat performance there by the number 2 hole man in Gast as he picks up his 2nd hit of the ball game and keep things rolling here for West Cole. Cole looking to break the hitless streak so far. 2 groundouts and a strikeout. All the runs that have been manufactured here by the Knights of Newman Catholic have not come off of the strength of hits. They've come from bases loaded walks, wild pitches. So they've manufactured runs when they can. It's just the traditional offensive path hasn't quite been there. As the count now rises to 1-1. 6 hits for Assumption, 4 for Newman. That's a nice one that had a nice short bite at the end there. Gets it frozen to strike number 2. And now the look, Sweeney with the toss. That one gets fouled back. And Sweeney, just a freshman, team's already hitting just 108 against him on the season. Trying to shut down this one here and send Assumption to their 7th win of the season. It's been pretty much, for the most part, Assumption pitching has really been competitive pitching. It has kept this Newman squad off balance. And again, they have had 4 hits, as that one is deemed no swing, ball 3. But they've had some really competitive pitches, and they've really gone after guys. And that's a hard task going up against a Newman squad that, again, as I mentioned, 40 state tournament victories, let alone everything else that comes with it. That one has some lift out to it to right field. Argo will camp out under it, and he'll capture out number 2. And just like that, Newman down to their final out here in this one. And now Tegan Eisenlohr up at the plate. 0 for 2 with a walk. And boy, do they need him to come through now more than ever. Down to their final out. And they've only had 4 hits in this one, none of which have produced directly a run. That one gets away, and heading on off will be Gass. He'll find his way in scoring position. And it's from a pitching staff and defensive standpoint, it's really been not even a very much bending, and definitely no breaking for Assumption. Again, just 4 hits given up. None of them have been costly. That one catches the outer edge just enough. We draw it even. And the freshman on the mound trying to close the door for win number 7. Here's the 1-1. That's fouled back here, and now down to their final strike. Whoever falters in this game will turn right around and face Xavier in the very next battle. Here's the 1-2. Keeps it alive as we keep on rocking. Again, great chance to check out all that we have across Instagram, X, Facebook, YouTube, all across the social media scene. A chance to catch up not just what we're doing here, but other great stories that we're telling across the IA baseball scene. Here's the 1-2. And get them to swing, but they need to complete the play on the back end, and they do so. And that is Assumption's 7th victory of the 2026 campaign as they take this one by a 5-3 margin. And for Newman Catholic, that means that they have to come right back around and face Xavier in the very next battle. Meanwhile, the Knights of Assumption, they get the chance to take a breather as they will take on Dowling in the nightcap. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. We'll go ahead and wrap up our coverage here of Game 2 of the Catholic Classic when we return.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations. We have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
A win here for Assumption in Game 2 of the Catholic Classic from George Cordero Field here in Des Moines. As we take a look at the score, the box score, as it has happened by inning. Man, it was a quick jump here by Newman, who manufactured all of their runs either by full count, bases loaded walk, or a wild pitch, or hit by pitch. Very unconventional ways of scoring. All three of their runs coming in that fashion. The first coming in the very first inning, and two more coming in the bottom of the sixth. But it was not enough. Assumption had 6 hits overall in the game, and a bunch of them came in the 4-run fourth that helped propel them to the win as they pick up win number 7 on the season. And with that, Newman drops to 11-3 on the year, and we'll take a look here at what's coming on up for them after the Catholic Classic here. So again, the road ahead will include Clear Lake and Central Springs in their next 2 home games, and 2 battles that they have dominated in recent history. Speaking of domination, the next 2 out of the next 3 road games that they have not lost to Osage and Nashua Plainfield in the Bound era. And of course, they also take a road trip to East Buchanan as well. And again, that is the road ahead here for the Newman Catholic Knights. And for the Assumption Knights, their next slate, well, they got quite the battle in store against Davenport North on the 8th, a home trip against Western Dubuque on the 9th, and then they take to the road against Davenport West on June 11th. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we take a look at potential on our player of the game, boy, there's a lot to go around and a lot to like, but Charlie Mauser, he did a whole lot of good here. He walked in a run, he doubled, he singled, and in the end, 3 for 4, a heck of a day there. But Nolan Dittmer, he drove in 3 on a 3-run double back in the 4th, and he reached in 3 out of 4 plate appearances. So let's go ahead and give it to them both. Again, Charlie Mauser and Nolan Dittmer are co-players of the game, brought to you by Insolites. The LED insulated light that you can see from up to half a mile or more away, Insolites is the way to go. Check them out today at insolites.com. If you have an electric fence, don't shock yourself anymore. Grab simplicity at its finest at insolites.com. All right, thanks again for tuning in. We have a whole new broadcast in the next game right here for you, which will be Newman taking on Xavier. And we'll have a heck of a battle in store for you when we return. Again, while you're at it, check out all the great shorts and all the great stops that you can catch on the iSports YouTube page. Not just baseball related, but a whole lot more. So check it out while you're waiting, and a new stream in a matter of 30 minutes from now.